What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Predator Hunting Grounds video. Today I want to go over the class setup that I've had the most success with when it comes to playing Predator. I will do a video here soon in the next couple of days explaining how to use that class and some tips and tricks on how to be successful with Predator. But first, you want to make sure you got a good class set up, because this game, while yes, skill-based and the learning curve is extremely important, you want to make sure you're playing Predator a lot to get used to it. But also what you're running tends to be extremely helpful as well. So going into this, first thing I have to say is make sure you're leveling up. As you can see, I'm already level 81. Make sure you're grinding, unlock everything you possibly can, and then you can build the class setup that's going to be the absolute best. But let me just go ahead and show you what I've been running that I have found to be successful. At this point, I have officially tried every class of Predator. I have had Berserker, Scout, Hunter. I will say out of all of those, the one I have definitely had the most success with is the Hunter. Just looking at the attributes, the Hunter has 3 out of 4 on every single attribute, including health, stamina, and movement speed, and gear. So he gets a good balance of everything. With Scout, having that minimal health and minimal gear makes it definitely more difficult to stay alive. You have to keep your distance, and because of that, distance itself, the ranged weapons we have in the game are not all that powerful at this point. They're probably going to see a buff in the future. That Scout is just really difficult to be successful with. As for Berserker, yeah, you have the increased health and increased gear, but that stamina, movement speed, not being able to get out of tough situations quickly, and being a massive target, it's just a huge predator. You tend to still get taken down pretty quickly despite having that health advantage. So in my eyes, Hunter is definitely the absolute beast of the game mode. But let's talk about weapons now. The weapons that you're definitely going to want to have to be successful. For me, the absolute one that you need to be running, and this is a no-brainer here, I'm sure you've heard it many times before, the combo stick. The combo stick, it is good. It's by far the best weapon in the game, and not because you can just melee quickly with it or has a lot of damage. The range on it, your ability to hit fire team members from a distance is unbelievable. So the fact that you can melee from a distance, you have a lot of range in that, and you can throw it, so you can take advantage of traps and still be able to have a ranged weapon to do damage that way, is extremely useful, and it does a lot of damage when you do it. We've had a lot of questions about all these other items like the War Club, the Smart Disc, the Plasma Pistol, the Elder Sword. As for the Elder Sword and War Club, their melee speed and your combo is just not fast enough. It's nothing like the combo stick. They can do a lot of damage, but your range is limited, and it just doesn't seem like you're swinging fast enough to put together a good combo and to take down people quickly. In a situation where you have 2 people on you in a small area, there's a good chance that the person that you're not attacking right away is going to get you. With a combo stick, you can hit multiple people at a time. Gives you a tremendous advantage in those scenarios. As for your secondary, this is where things get interesting. It depends on how you play. As for me and what I've had success with, 100% the net gun. The net gun allows you to take people out of the equation, and it takes a while to get out of a net gun, if I may point out. So if you are able to shoot, get 2 people in a net, then the other 2 are the only ones that can attack you. Attack those guys, don't have nets on them, go at them, get them down, get kills quickly, and get out of there. Then you run away and come back in. Like, we'll go over more and more about that with the tips and tricks video, but the net gun, I think it's ultimately the best use to go with the combo stick. It's an unbelievable combination that can be extremely deadly if used properly. Although I have also had quite a bit of luck with the bow and the combo stick combo. You got a lot of range there, and the bow does have 30 shots, but it's not often a one-hit kill, so you kind of had to be pretty good with it. Learning curve with that. Net gun is where I've been way more consistent at being successful with that. Now let's talk about your gear. To me, this one's an absolute no-brainer. Of course, you have to have a healing kit. You can't not go in with the healing kit. You're just not going to find enough boars on the map to eat them and to increase your health. So you definitely need to have healing kits with you. Definitely recommend running that. And then, of course, for your second one, to me, again, no-brainer here, the bear traps. You can throw out a bear trap, get someone stuck, and then throw the combo stick at them right after you catch them. Almost 9 times out of 10, that's an instant down. You have a distinct advantage with that. So the bear traps can be amazing. And with the bear trap and healing kit with the Hunter class, you fill your 10 out of 10 spots. So those are the 2 gear items that I would recommend. They definitely seem to give you the biggest advantage in terms of gear. Now, as for perks, this is kind of where it just comes down to how you play. But in terms of how I play, and I want to have the biggest advantage in this situation of melee and damage, I rock downrange, so that anytime I were to throw my combo stick, it does more damage, and I throw my combo stick a lot. So I like to be able to have as much damage as possible when throwing the combo stick, so I run downrange. For my next perk, I run Fearless. This is deal extra damage with melee weapons. Again, a no-brainer for me. Of course, I want to do the most amount of damage I can in a quick time that I am meleeing. I do really fast freeze and meleeing, then I get out of there. You don't want to stay in there and try to kill everybody all at once. So when I go in there and I'm trying to deal damage to these fire team members, I want to make sure I'm working fast. And Fearless tends to be that one that's going to give me the biggest advantage when doing that. And then last but not least, again, a very much a no-brainer here, Large Pouch. Large Pouch gives you 1 extra use of each gear item. In this case, we have 1 extra heal and 1 extra bear trap. For obvious reasons, you're going to want to have an extra heal. It gives you 1 more opportunity to go in there and take a risk and try to take on fire team members in quick melee battles and still have the opportunity to heal up without having to rush and find pigs on the map. Pigs are tough to find in general, so having 1 extra heal is always nice, and that could be the difference in whether or not you kill the entire fire team or you don't. And then, of course, having 1 extra bear trap. I feel like with bear traps, 9 times out of 10, if I catch somebody in one, they're dead. That's a kill for me. So 1 extra bear trap, 1 extra fire team caught, 1 extra kill for me as Predator. But that's my favorite loadout. Maybe yours is different. Maybe you've had success elsewhere, which is totally fine, dude. This is the way I play. This is how I have been able to succeed as Predator. Like I said, maybe yours is much different. Please let me know your loadouts in the comments below. But that's going to wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. I will have a tips and tricks video out in the next couple of days, hopefully to help you guys out who are struggling to play as Predator. And with that, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.